Time now for At the Market from Neiman's Family Market in St. Clair. At the Market is brought to you by CTV Community TV of Marine City in St. Clair, Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank, St. John's River District Hospital, and the Coast Guard Cutter Bramble, where tours are now available. Now let's join our host for this week's At the Market.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. Nope, we don't like that because you could watch it any time of day, couldn't you? We'll try that again. Welcome back to At the Market, and we are at the market today, and we've got Mike Mortz here from, is it Mortz? Moretz. Okay, we're gonna do that again.
All right.
Moretz.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome to another edition of At the Market with Bryan Neiman. We're here with Mike Moretz from Moretz Catering, and he's going to do some cool vegetarian type potato chickpea thing today. So We're excited about that. So we're going to come right back after a word from our sponsors. Thanks.
Challenge the clock. Challenge trends. Challenge gravity. Challenge expectations. Challenge world records. Challenge the culture and the future. Challenge banking. We challenge ourselves to be curious about ideas that make banking better. We're Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank.
All right, welcome back. So we're going to get started. And Mike, why don't you tell us what you're making and lead us through it? Because you got a lot of vegetables up here today.
Got a lot of vegetables. Well, we've kind of, people are into healthy right now.
Yes.
And really healthy stuff. So, we've opted out of some meat dishes and stuff a lot of times. I know for myself, at night, I go home, I fix a salad. I don't do a lot of meat dishes. I like a sweet potato and, some salad. And, that's the way I live.
Okay.
So I thought today we would share a dish that you can have for evening meal, no meat in it.
Right.
Meat could be substituted into this recipe real easily. We're going to use the sweet potato as our instead of meat.
Okay.
So it's kind of a yam.
Great.
And we're going to do a lot of vegetables and stuff. Okay. So to get this dish started, it's not hard. So this is not a hard dish. Just about anybody could do this. We need some onions.
Okay.
So I brought different kinds of onions here. We're going to use a little bit both of that.
Okay.
We're going to get a sweet potato going. So I think the first thing we do is, a lot of people, you could buy sweet potatoes probably already peeled and stuff, but it doesn't take long to peel a sweet potato. And they're not hard to peel. I don't know if you've done this at home or not. Now, if I'm doing sweet potatoes at home, I usually bake them.
Okay.
But tonight we want to
boil this one?
We're going to dice this up, and this is going to become, so we need to get this cooked off before we can actually put the rest of the dish together.
Gotcha.
So we're going to do that real quick.
All right.
And I don't know if you noticed, that's not hard to do a sweet potato.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, pretty quick. Of course, the more you do this, the
better
faster you get. Yeah. So if you want to practice this, so we're going to dice this
what do I do with
potato.
all the extra sweet potatoes I have if I practice with it?
Cook them.
Okay, fair enough.
You can have mashed sweet potatoes. You can do all kinds. Make a pie out of it.
Sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato pie. There's a lot of things you can do with. So we're going to just take this sweet potato and we're going to dice up the size that we want in our dish.
Okay.
So we're going to do this. We're going to put these on the stove and get the cooking process going for that. So let's put those over here on the stove, get them boiling, and then we can do the rest of our prep while these are kind of cooking up for us. So we got that going on, a little bit too much water, and we'll do that. Okay, so we got that on, we'll cook those off over down there. So now while that's going on, the rest of the ingredients are these. We need some onions.
Okay.
And we need some chickpeas. We're going to use some chickpeas in this. I walked around your store.
We have chickpeas.
And you have chickpeas. Actually, you had a lot of different kinds of chickpeas. We're going to use some tomatoes. Our option here on this would be we could use some fresh tomatoes, dice them up. Or you could just, if you didn't have fresh tomatoes, you got canned tomatoes on hand, you can open a canned tomato and do that.
Now on the tomatoes here, you got like a beefsteak tomato. Could you use any tomato on the vine, Roma? What are you trying to get out of that tomato?
Just a tomato of any kind.
Okay.
You have Romas. I picked these again. I picked these up over in the produce department. By the way, your produce department, awesome.
Yeah.
Right, really like that.
Cool.
Everything's nice and fresh.
Good.
So I picked these up over there. These are just a hothouse tomato. I looked at your on the vine. They were awesome. That's my favorite tomato.
Okay.
I serve that when I cater. I have to make salads and stuff. I generally use that or a cherry tomato.
Sure.
And on the vine today looked awesome. I may pick some up and take them home with me
There
tonight.
you go.
So then we're gonna need some spinach.
Yep.
Picked up a little cilantro, some green onions. You had those over there too.
Yep.
And then just regular onion.
Gotcha.
And then our spices today are gonna be, so we're gonna use some cumin.
Yep.
And we're going to use some curry powder, and then some things we'll talk about that when we come back
Okay.
on that, about the health factors that has in it. We'll use a little cinnamon
Right.
for that, and then we got to talk about what we're going to serve this over.
Okay,
So
awesome.
let's dice up an onion here real quick.
All right.
And
This is just a regular Spanish
this is
onion or
just
sweet onion?
Just a sweet, a cooking onion.
Cooking onion?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is sweet onion.
It'll make me cry.
Oh, don't cry. This is not. So we kind of will maybe show people how to do some of this too while we're doing this.
Sure.
Take the ends off. I do it so fast I don't even think about talking about it. But take the ends off your onion,
Right.
and then you can. I just hit it like that, or you can cut it in half and peel it either way.
Okay.
And we want a diced onion. If you cut an onion, if you look at it, you're going to either get a dice or you're going to get a julienne cut.
Right.
Julienne cut means that we're going to cut with the onion, so it's in strips. We want a diced onion, so we're going to do across the onion like this,
Right.
and then we're going to come back and we're going to
Dice it.
cut it this way,
Yeah.
and we've got a diced onion.
Nice.
So it's not hard to do,
Okay.
and we've got our diced onion. That's probably for this dish, that's going to be enough.
Okay.
I like a little bit of green onion in this dish, so we're going to take some scallions or green onions.
What's a green onion do differently than just a regular
Flavor.
onion? Okay.
I like flavor of it. It gives us a little color. It's going to give us a
Okay.
little color in our dish too.
Gotcha.
So we're going to take these onions, and again, we're just going to
Yep.
cut those up. I watched a show last night, The Undercover Boss,
Yeah.
and this guy he went undercover and he was watching one of these cooks, and the guy was standing there doing lessons, talking to him at the same time. He said, "Wow, you're going to cut your finger?" "No, I'm not going to cut our fingers." So that's our onions for this dish, and then we're going to need. You're worried about your?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good. So we got this prepped out
Yep.
now, and we've got our tomatoes.
Tomatoes,
We're
yep.
good there, and we've got our potatoes over here boiling.
Right.
And so this thing's starting to come together. We've got our
Gotcha.
onions. We're going to put these in the pan,
Okay.
and we're going to add a little bit of oil, and we're going to get some heat under this pan.
Right. And that's
And
just
we'll let that heat
regular.
up
Is that olive oil? Is it cooking
We,
oil?
we use cannoli oil.
Canola
You
oil,
can use
okay.
olive oil if you different oils. Again, we start
Yep.
talking healthy items. The olive oil is more healthy.
Okay.
This is cannoli, and then it comes down from there. You got your corn oil and your
Gotcha.
soy oils and stuff like that. So we like cannoli oil for most
right.
of our product. We do use a lot of olive oil
Do you?
in our dressings and
Okay.
stuff. When we make dressings, we would use olive oil.
Okay.
So we've got our onions. While we're cutting, we could do this.
Cilantro.
Yep. Or we could. Now we're going to use some cilantro. This is going to be put on the dish at the end.
Okay.
We're just kind of going to
Garnish.
garnish.
Yep.
So I got this off your fresh
Yep.
cilantro back there. We're just going to take that, and again, we're just dice that up.
Gotcha.
I was impressed with your produce
Oh,
department. I'm
thank you.
really impressed
Thank
with
you
your
very
produce
much.
department. So
Awesome.
we got this boiling on.
Okay.
We got-
That's good.
all right.
All right. What do you need now?
That's it. We're going to come back as soon
All
as
right.
this heats up.
Sounds good. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back, and we'll get this finished up. Great. Thank you.
Sometimes asking for help is the hardest thing you can do, but it is the most important step toward recovery. St. Clair County Community Mental Health provides publicly funded mental health services for adults and children with mental illnesses, developmental disabilities, substance use disorders, or serious emotional disturbances. Call the Access Line toll-free at 888-225-4447, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. St. Clair County Community Mental Health, promoting opportunities for discovery and recovery.
At St. John Providence, we believe it's important to have things you can depend on, like knowing you and your family have access to high-quality care whenever you need it. That's why our nearly 1,000 primary care doctors offer same-day appointments, and why so many of them are available nights and weekends, which means that no matter where you are in Southeast Michigan, you're never far from care that focuses on the entire person, body, mind, and spirit. St. John Providence. Believe in better.
And we are back with Mike, so we're going to jump right back into it. You got a nice hot pan, ready to roll.
Yep.
Good.
Well, while we took that break, our sweet potatoes completed
Yep.
cooking, so we've got those all set. This
Okay.
is ready for our dish. So now we're going to take this hot oil, And we're going to add our onions to it. And we're going to saute these off a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that smells good, huh? Those who can't, they can't smell it, but it's just smelling pretty good.
It really smells great.
Yep.
Really good.
Now to this dish, and
Yep.
I picked these spices up again around
Cinnamon,
your store.
yep.
We're going to add cinnamon. We're going to add some
Curry.
curry, and we're going to add some cumin
Okay.
to this dish. I brought, so we wouldn't have to break into a whole lot of that,
Yep.
brought spices. And we're going to kind of like saute these just a little bit.
Okay.
And now while we're waiting for those to saute, we talk about some of the spices that we use nowadays. They have some health benefits.
The curry?
Curry being one of them. Now there's a lot of things go into the curry.
Right.
But I brought this along just so people could understand. Curry powder is a popular spice mix that has a number of health benefits, including prevention of cancer, protection against heart disease, reduced Alzheimer's disease symptoms, ease of pain, inflammation, boost bone health, protect the immune system from bacterial infection. So when we add some of our spices,
Right.
we're adding them for a reason, because
Flavor in it. And
not
so
only the flavor, but for the health.
What will curry give the flavor? It's going
to be spicy.
Okay.
So we got to be careful with that. We have to be real careful when we use some of the spices.
Okay.
Yep. So we don't get this dish so hot people don't
Sure.
like the
Yep.
the flavor of it.
And so this is, you're adding, this
We're-
is the,
This is the cumin.
and what kind of, and cumin is going to give it what type of
Well,
of
you see
flavor for
cumin
it?
and chili spices and
Okay.
that type of thing. A lot of your Spanish dishes,
Yep.
you know.
It's got a little smoky flavor.
Yeah.
Taste. Yep.
So we're just going to add a little bit of that.
Okay.
And cinnamon, of course, everybody likes cinnamon.
Yep.
Again, has health benefits. Cinnamon's something we've got people that just add this to their drink just for healthy reasons.
Okay. Smells
So
great. Cinnamon toast.
Yeah, cinnamon is a
Smells
good
like
spice
cinnamon
to
toast. Yes,
use.
Smells great.
Yeah, just a little bit more oil. This is.
Okay.
I'm used to gas. This is a little slower than
Yes,
gas.
it is. Yep.
But we'll get there. Now we're going to add our curry powder.
Yep.
And again, we got to be real careful that we don't get this too hot.
Smells good.
I'm going to try that. And now you can smell it.
Yeah, that smells great.
Oh my gosh, that smells
really
great,
good.
doesn't it?
Yep.
Yep. So we'll let these saute for just a little bit longer.
Okay.
A little bit more oil so it doesn't burn.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
I forgot to get some. I need a little bit of water.
We lost the chef.
Grab me some water, please.
So when the chef comes back,
Okay.
the chef's back.
I just sent one of our assistants to get some water.
Okay.
We need just a little bit of water in here to cook this in.
Okay.
And again, we'll just kind of get that coming right along real good.
So yeah, you're just looking to get a little.
Now we want the flavor to
Okay.
get into the,
Yep.
to mix in and kind of combine itself.
Smells great.
So we get just a little bit of water here, add to that. Oh yeah,
And the water's for what? Just
you need the water we're making a kind of a stew.
Okay.
This is going to end up kind of like a stew, so
Gotcha.
we need that liquid for that to happen. Okay, smell good?
smells awesome. It's great.
Really kind of good. Now,
Smells good. Tomatoes.
yep, now we add our tomatoes. That's
Okay.
cooking up real nicely.
Yep.
So we're going to add our tomatoes to this recipe. And we're going to bring that
Yep.
up to, now we're going to add another healthy item, and that's the spinach.
Right.
So we're going to add spinach.
Okay. My wife. And spinach. That looks like a lot of spinach, but that's gonna cook right down.
Spinach cooks
Yep.
down. You could, a lot of times I'll be doing an omelet or something. I'll throw some spinach in the pan. It just disappears
Right.
on me, so I got to grab some more
More and
spinach
more.
and
Yep.
throw that in there. So yeah. So this is looking pretty awesome.
Yep. Looks really good.
Yep. We want to cook the spinach just a little bit. Canned tomatoes, of course, would be a little faster than probably if we used a fresh tomato.
Okay.
I would want to cook it a little longer if I was using this.
Okay.
It just, they take a little longer to get the juice out of them and
Yep.
stuff. So this is coming together really nicely now.
Yeah. Looks good.
And what we're going to do with this dish is we're going to, now at this point, the recipe that I was following calls for chickpeas.
Yep.
On your shelf, and I
it
guess
is.
your
Yep.
your one gal here is pushing some of the products.
The
that you're
Melissa's
bringing.
products. Yep.
Melissa's products. So yeah, we're
Yep.
actually gonna incorporate hers rather than
Great.
chickpeas. So we're gonna open this package up and
Yep.
we're gonna add this to the dish. And so we're just using a 6-bean mixture that she recommended.
Yep.
And again, we're just trying to get some fiber into the product now.
Okay.
So this is our fiber for the day.
Yep.
Beans have a real, we should all eat beans every day, actually. Good for our health.
Right.
This is a healthy dish. There's just no other way to say it. Okay, so this is all coming together. We'll heat the beans up a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're going to add our sweet potatoes. Now, at this point here, if you wanted to go with a meat dish, I would put chicken.
Gotcha.
That would be
Instead of the sweet potato?
Instead of the sweet potato. Now we turn it into a meat dish. We're trying to do a meatless dish.
Right.
I teach, I'm one of the instructors at Community Mental Health. And we teach culinary.
Yep.
And so we call Meatless Monday.
Meatless Monday.
Every Monday we have a Meatless Monday.
Well, today's Monday.
Yep. So today we did.
Today's not Monday.
We did eggplant.
Sorry. Go ahead.
We threw that in on the side.
I don't know.
So
make it up as we go along here.
Yeah. So today we did what we call an eggplant stacker.
Yep.
And we used a lasagna filling, breaded eggplant, and so that was our entree today.
Sounds
so,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I try to, with my catering company, I try to stay up on the latest stuff. We get a lot of vegetarians. We get a lot of people that can't have breaded products. And so I have to make sure that whenever I'm doing a recipe or a menu with the bride or whoever, that we go over all of those things. Anybody gluten-free and all of those things.
Yeah, dietary, everything's changing.
Yeah, everything's changed. Nut allergies and all of the things that are out there now. So there's our dish right there. That's ready to serve.
Awesome.
And so we could just kind of like, if we got some guests in the audience.
We do?
We could just kind of.
Or maybe me.
We're going to.
Feed me?
And we'll let you start.
All right.
See if I can get a spoon out of my kit over here.
All right.
Oh, that looks good.
Looks great.
That looks really good.
Perfect. All right.
A lot of color to it.
Yep.
A lot of nutrients in this dish.
I want to get all of it in there.
I don't think anybody needs any meat when they get hold of this dish.
When it's hearty.
Yeah.
You know, it's got...
Well, the beans and just
Yeah, I mean,
all of the different things that are in it.
Now, the one thing about the sweet potatoes, it's not like you boiled soft. I mean, it's got some crunch. I mean, it's got some texture to it. It's really good.
Right. We don't want it mushy.
Right.
This would turn into a mashed potato dish if we did that. So you've got to cook them al dente.
Mike, that's awesome. How did they get a hold of you? They need a caterer.
Chef Mike's Catering, actually Facebook.
Okay.
I don't do a lot of advertising. I've been in the business for many years.
Right.
So,
awesome.
Go on Chef Mike's Catering on Facebook.
Cool.
Contact me there. If they can't get me that way, they can go to CMH. I'm there every day because I am one of the trainers there.
Awesome.
And we do weddings and we do any function you need. We can provide that. And of course, you're familiar with my cheesecake line.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we still
They're
do a lot of
awesome.
cheesecakes.
We love
so.
those.
I appreciate you inviting me down.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you here.
Always fun.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to be right back after this. Thanks, everybody.
The retired United States Coast Guard cutter Bramble is now open for tours 7 days a week. Docked at the Port Huron Seaway Terminal Bean Dock, the U.S. Coast Guard Bramble has tours daily from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. General admission gives you basic access to the ship, $8 for adults, $6 for seniors and under 18. The Commandant's Gold Pass gives you a historical, full access guided tour, $12 for adults, $10 for seniors and under 18. Come tour the White Portuguese as seen in the Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice movie, delivering the kryptonite.
And welcome back, and we've got Debbie here from Community Mental Health. Debbie, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks,
what are you going to
sir.
talk to us about today?
I got a few random things I'd like to discuss with
We're
you.
good with random here. This show is basically built off the random, so we're going to be just fine.
Well, one of the things I want to talk about just briefly is our galley program, which I know our chef Jim will, cooks periodically on this show.
He does.
And the galley program is a program that we teach skills to people who are interested in working in the culinary arts field, people who provide, or who we provide services and supports to.
Okay.
They can learn cooking skills. We do Serve Safe certification. They learn customer service, dishwashing, all the cash register, point of sale things, all that stuff. It's a great program. The Galley restaurant is open to the public Monday through Friday from about 8 to 2.
There you go, Paul. 8 to 2, serving breakfast and lunch? Or,
breakfast and lunch. And we have carryouts and things like that. And then actually a spin-off that we're going to be doing is called the Sail Inn Cafe and Convenience Store. It's going to be located in the new Blue Water Transit Transfer Center in downtown Port Huron.
Okay.
The transfer center's on one side, and they are leasing for almost nothing the other side of the building to us because they wanted us to bring in another opportunity for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities or mental illness to find employment. So it's gonna be like a convenience store. We'll have some grocery items along with a sandwich of the day, soup of the day that will come from our galley restaurant.
Oh, very nice.
And we're also working with local business folks, Chef Shells from Rochelle's. We'll be bringing donuts, muffins in the morning. We're doing things like that. So we're hoping to open late June, early August, or early July, somewhere in there, depending on building and rent, all that stuff.
Yes.
So those are two things. We hope people will stop by.
So the galley, that is located where?
The galley is located at our main office, which is 3111 Electric Avenue, Port Huron. Big, huge blue building as you're coming out of Port Huron.
So you just pull up front, you go through the double doors.
Yep, and just keep walking through and say, I'm here for the galley. They'll direct you right back. It's kind of middle of the building. There's even an outdoor eating space, too. It's kind of nice.
Today's beautiful out there today.
Today would have been great.
Yes, it would have been great. And so then we also have a roof sit golf outing.
Right, and besides being the Director of Mental Health, I'm also the Board President for the St. Clair County Child Abuse and Neglect Council. So every year in September, we go on the roof against Sheriff Tim Donnellan and Mike Wendley, Mike McCartan and myself. We do some advanced fundraising so that we can try to be the winners. And one thing we do is this big golf outing, and it's going to be this year, July 11th, which is a Monday.
So the money that raised for this goes to your team, not Mike and Sheriff's team, right?
Right, but I did make a deal with Mike Wendling.
That's a bad idea.
And
I know Mike. You should never make a deal with Mike. But go ahead.
My deal is if he brings foursomes, I'm gonna share the money with him for his team. All the money.
Gave it away. Mike is. Who's not going to try to get the sheriff and the prosecutor off the roof, right?
Right. Or keep them on the roof.
Right. Well, I do. Yeah. I pay money to keep them on the roof.
Right.
So.
But obviously, the cause is the Child Abuse and Neglect Council. It's what we're both raising money for. So it's going to be a great day. The St. Clair Golf Club, we'll have a nice barbecue dinner, silent auction. We're looking for golfers, sponsors, auction items, all those things. So
and it's July 11th. If you want to donate, if you want to bring a gift or whatever, how do you get a hold of who and how?
People can call me. They can contact me. They can email me, call me, and my number is on all the information. Gotcha. Or they can contact Caroline Corby, is one of my assistants at Community Mental Health, and she volunteers some time with this event as well.
I've got Mike's personal cell phone number. I'll give that out next too.
That'd be perfect.
No, but good. All right, so we got that. What else do you have? What random thing else is out there for you today?
Actually, this is not random, but this is really important. Something that's coming up in August. There's a really important election coming up. It's for the Drug Task Force millage. And this year they're asking for 0.58.
Yep, so it's a little bit of an increase.
0.56.
Right.
0.56. Because it's 0.28 right now, and it's an increase. It's still only $56 on a 100,000 SEV home, so it's very small money. And I don't know if people know, but the Drug Task Force has been solely funded by that millage since it started in the early 80s. Yep. And so they are only able to have one full team, Drug Task Force team, with the money that they have. And with this millage, they'd be able to have pretty much two teams, almost 24/7, I think.
Right, and I think what we want to make sure people realize is it's not about finding the kid with the joint, right? Which is the whole nother story. But this really is about heroin and drug addiction, and all of the crack cocaine that's in our communities. It's really a big trifecta right now. So it's not about the little things. It's about making our community safe. So
it totally is, and those things have more than quadrupled. I think they've already busted, whatever the right word is, about 30-some crystal meth labs, and there are more if they just had the manpower to do it. So really, it's a really important thing, and I hope people will vote yes on that.
Yeah, it's a good program, and we'll get more information as the time comes closer.
Yes.
So great.
Yes.
All right, Daly, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Good seeing you. Good luck with all the stuff you have going on this summer.
Thank you.
So,
thanks.
Great. Thanks for coming in and being with us today here at the show. We're going to go. This is it. You're the last person on my show today, so we are going to go break. You got Atkett Soup coming next week, and Kristen Bain from the Schoolhouse Grill on Harson's Island is going to be the host, and she's awesome. So you'll have a lot of fun with that. So thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful week.
You've been watching At the Market from Neiman's Family Market in St. Clair. At the Market is brought to you by CTV Community TV of Marine City and St. Clair. Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank. St. John's River District Hospital. And the Coast Guard Cutter Bramble, where tours are now available. Join us again soon for another At the Market.